G'day, Michael here. Don't worry if you can't read this screen. I'm just basically going to be talking through, demonstrating what I'm doing here in concept. You don't have to know the details, so don't panic if you can't make sense of the text, etc. Alright, now what we have is a system monitor here that's showing a whole lot of stuff that's happening on this computer. This computer has got 256 gigabytes of RAM, a heap of drive space, 32 cores, 64 threads, 2 GPUs, 1 GPU running the screen. That's this rectangle here is GPU 0. That's running I've got 2 4K monitors on it, and the right hand GPU, this one here with all the fancy red in it, that's working its heart out right now, doing a massive script. It's probably going to take about 4 hours to do, processing all the data from the ASX. Right, I'm working on a tool for, looking for investment opportunities, etc. I don't know how it'll work, but anyway, that's not the focus of this video. The main thing is how hard this machine's working and how useful it is. It's basically doing a massive script. I'll just move that aside so you can see it. Here's the actual text showing the script going by. This is a monitor here showing just the GPUs. The left hand one here in this case is the one doing the AI, and the right hand one is the one running the screens. Now this window here is just sort of reporting done by the AI tools back end, and this is the front end showing the prompts that I've got my script to throw to the screen to show me its progress. There's 2298 items it's checking through. It's on 1336 currently. Now what it's doing is it's going through a sea of information. This is the spreadsheet. It's like 2300 rows of information and about 100 wide. Now this information was a whole lot of little files all over the place, which my script has brought together to make this big spreadsheet. So I've got a spreadsheet to read, but looking at that sea of numbers, you can't see that. Here is that spreadsheet I'm talking about, sorry. Okay, so here is the kind of data that AI tool is using. This all came from like a couple of hundred of separate files, and it's compiled all that to make this spreadsheet. So I've got something to look through. So I could pick on, say, whatever this is, and make a chart. Let's do a line chart. So basically, you can see this chart here in the spreadsheet, but rather than me going through the process of clicking on every line, working out, generating a chart for it, yada yada, I've got that AI tool and script running in the background here, doing a lot of other things for me. Where are we now? No, that's not it. Here we are. Okay, so it's generating all these charts. You might see them flick them through as it generates something. There's a lot on the screen already. Something popped. So it's generated one of these. You'll probably see them in passing. These are charts for each one of those entries that's generating, so I can flick through them. But it's also generating a report. Analysis, audit, recommends. Okay, so here it's generating a report. Let's pick on, I don't know, that one. Okay, so it's generating a report on a given stock based on the information, suggesting a couple of different investment strategies, risk, reward, and opportunity. And basically, I don't know how useful that information is yet. I'm still working on that, but that's beside the point. The details here are not critical, but the fact that the machine is doing all this work and still is basically 90% free. So if you want to do things like this on a computer, I can put together a machine like this for around $3,000. So 256 gigabytes of RAM, 2 GPUs, and it's a pretty useful tool. To buy something like this new, you're probably talking about $8,000 or $10,000. So this is like 4-year-old, 5-year-old EPYC hardware, and it's AMD processor, Ryzen based, and so it's not brand new, but it's not far off the pace either. And as you can see, it's very, very capable. Let's just go back to, where's my, that one. Okay, you can see it's working pretty hard. You can probably hear the fans running in the background. This is in a regular PC case using regular PC power supply. I think this one's a 1200 watt power supply. Again, you can see the AI GPU, which is an AMD Instinct MI60, sorry, and it's got a 32 gigabytes of RAM, which I don't know whether you can read that, it's unimportant. And the other GPU is an NVIDIA 1060, which is just running the screens. So I've got, you know, one's an NVIDIA GPU and one's the AMD GPU, and they're working happily together here on this job. Well, I guess that's it. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, ask a question, leave a comment. Bye for now.